Probably be our last episode tonight, I imagine, but again, the big goal was to kill all the plague hearts. If I would do the whole legacy, it'd probably be like 3 in the morning by the time I was done. That's a bit too late. What are Fernando's 2 expertise? Striking? Okay. I think he's already got it. I think he's got a blunt weapon on him. He does. Crowbar's fine. Backpacking, resourcefulness. Oh. Oh yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a big old inventory. Alright, Fernando, you're meant to be the hero this time, so don't die. But we need to get you up to a hero.
I guess it's something. Now bust it up. Alright.
Alright.
Search complete.
I think I'm honestly willing to bust some,
They know who's here.
break down some of these shitty weapons I've found for parts at this point. Just to get a truck going.
We're gonna keep losing shit like this. I did manage to save a few bits from the trash heap. Thank me later.
Normally by this point, there's a survivor activity. Pretty surprised there hasn't been.
Oh, check me out, motherfuckers.
We've seriously improved our base.
We don't want this to make noise. Ooh, that was actually a really good strike. Hit it hard. Who's moved the base? They want to seriously move their base. Yeah, I get that, but we don't have any people to bring in. I don't want to bring in any new red talent people because this isn't like the permanent community.
Walking Dead better stay back.
Hate to make that kind of noise, but
Can't let that bloater get close.
zombies remaining. Where? I mean, yeah, outside, sure, but people are so trusting in the world of State of Decay. Until you get to the end and then they just shoot you in the head before they even see you. In real life, all these people would be looting and shooting each other. Oh, they're all dead. That's the thing. You're 7 months in. So only the most hardcore have managed to make it.
Outpost, prep
It didn't used to feel that way, but Nightmare, it really started to feel that way. Hey, do we have gas? We do. We can get that truck. Saw it. There it is. Oh, it's risky, but I kind of want to hoof it. I want to bring this back to base so we have another, so we do have something at base, and then I just want to hoof it. That's the point. Like, all these places you're going to should be looted. They mostly are. And if you look at the shelves, they're empty. There's like very, very little of it that actually is looted. And it's even more hardcore in this mode. But some of the point is, it's like you're finding nicks and knacks that people want to see. Then, of course, you know, also, if there was nothing to be looted, well, you wouldn't have much of a game, would you?
That's the last
That'll just go ahead and pop. Alright, we're going to get this back to base, and then I'm going to hoof it over to that truck. That truck should become our baby. Again, normally by this point the game has spawned us in a mission to like survivor activity or some kind of recruitment opportunity. It's weird that we're not getting one. But this is going to be the most risky move we make so far. We have the guns and equipment to probably make it. It's going to be a matter of freaks. Namely ferals. Yes, but realism. There's some realism, but yeah, realism, you know, zombie game. This goes into the thing we talked about to start the day. The whole zombie thing is on pretty shaky ground. $50 cals. I think it's 2 different 50 cals firing away. Ah, one's a battle rifle. Alright, going on foot. We've got a repair kit. We've got gasoline. We should be able to save this truck. It's not that bad of a run. Actually, it's just straight ahead. No, it's not. Where is this? Why is it... What? This way? This way. This way. Oh, our people are making plenty of noise. We just deposited a lot of building materials, though, so what do we want to do? This. We brought a white noisemaker, didn't we? We didn't bring a white noisemaker? Damn, I was bad about this one. I really did not bring, like, all the stuff that we totally should have brought. Cook and a gardener are the 2 big ones I want. Well, every video game is far-fetched. Yes, except for Scum, apparently. The most realistic game ever, is what I've heard. It tries to do everything to the T. That and Mario, because of course. That's what Italian plumbers do, duh.
I gotta take a break.
I don't think there's any other base that you can... I think you have to have at least 5 people to move to the next base. Wheelhouse, truck stop, 5 people. I don't think that's even a good one. This is the one I like. Wally's Bar and Grill is not a bad base to, like, just set up in as a short-term solution. It's pretty centrally located. You can get a lot of looting in there. Like in COD, ain't nobody gonna invade New York.
Can't do it.
Hey, man. The British did it twice.
Shit, I'm losing it.
That's 1777 and 1812. Oh, damn, 2 things. Ain't gonna happen today. 9/11. I get what you mean, though. It's pretty far-fetched, but everything's far-fetched. As Donald Rumsfeld, someone you can't quote all that often, but unknown unknowns. It was an invasion of our culture. It was an invasion of our mind space. Alright, let's, damn it. You know what? I forgot the rules. I forgot the rules with you, Raphael. Refuting Rafi. Refuting Rafi. How did I forget this? See, you were smart, Raphael. You laid low for a while. You laid low on the refuting Rafi. Things are starting to piece together. I couldn't even figure out the Rust server. Now it all makes sense. Refuting Rafi! But not the country. You'd hope it would never happen again, but we really don't know, you know? It could happen. It's not likely. Definitely, it's not likely, but it could happen. What's the goal? What's the goal here? Plague Hearts. Plague Hearts is still the most likely goal. Since the game doesn't seem to wanna... I got gas on me, and this truck's, well... This truck's doing good. Is this... Should provide ammo every day.
Check out this place. Too bad you can't.
Until we get more storage in this place, we're gonna keep losing shit like this.
It could happen in any country. I mean, COD's not realistic in the sense you can take like 30 bullets and, you know, sit in a corner and then your health comes back and you can keep fighting the war.
Outpost secure, amigo.
That's a challenge, though. What game has been realistic? And I always feel like when games try to be realistic, it tends not to be all that fun. You gotta gamify some stuff. I don't think taking a rocket launcher to the face. Battlefield? I mean, Battlefield, you can fly like 50 feet in the air if you shoot your tank right, then land on your feet and like have a helicopter catch you. You can jump out of a helicopter, shoot an RPG at the enemy, destroy their helicopter, then catch your buddy's helicopter, and then parachute out of that into like a tank and all this like completely absurd stuff that's really fun. Well, that's a bug. Alright, what bugs are in life? Debt. I didn't say it's completely real. Bugs in life, Manny, go for it. Tell me about these bugs. Like video game style bugs. Damn it, isn't there a... No, there isn't. This has a lot of power. I feel like this Stormbringer might be able to pop a heart. If I weaken the hell out of it and then put the last few shots into it. But wait till we have that challenge. Like, as of right now, we don't even have the bounty broker. Great song. Oh, time traveling particles NASA found recently. That's a bug. Yeah, maybe so.
Nothing else here.
AR-15, nice. It's actually kind of worth keeping that on us. For them ferals. Alright, let's keep scouting. See another play card, I'll take it on. Working as intended. Will not fix, yes. How a parallel universe works in reverse of ours. Yeah, well, definitely the particles do. That's not to say that there's like an Earth 2 where it's currently the year 10,000 and they're working backwards and then we'll reach the omega point. We'll all be one. It's particles. It's not very unlikely there's a Raphael 2. Well, there wouldn't be. There's a Raphael buried in the ground and it's working backwards to the point when Raphael is alive, like Benjamin Button, Planet Earth. I don't think they're suggesting that. The random time travel I see in the sky, the random numbers I see in the sky. Random numbers I see in the sky. Are you schizophrenic? What are you talking about? Is that something you actually see? With Nosferatu. Hey, that could be looted. Off the door, Busters. Police, open up. No, it's just a joke. Oh.
That could be worse.
Not much to it, though. I don't see the bounty broker. Where's he popped up at? Remnants? Oh, he's all the way down here. This is so weird. I've never gone this long without getting a mission. So, I'm at a point where next play card I kill, I'm going to save and quit. I feel like it needs to refresh. At this point, we should definitely be getting some recruiting opportunities. Striking is... See, that used to be how striking was against ferals, and it was amazing. That's how blunt weapon expert was against ferals, and it was, yeah. Something to behold.
Not a lot worth taking here.
They've nerfed the shit out of that to... Oh, damn it.
Let him come.
Soon that's going to be 15 bloaters, 25 ferals, 10 juggernauts, and a million zombies. For now, I'm just going to keep taking the risk.
Shut tight.
Hate making that noise, but I got a truck, so I got an escape.
We're alone.
Oh, that's gonna piss him off. Oh my god. Went to finish. Striking can be fun. It's not the meta, but I don't care. It can be fun. I just wish it did that against ferals, like the first game. That'd be good for parts breakdown.
That was the last one.
As that's to found a parallel universe where time flows backwards, the headline on Forbes. Yeah, it's clickbait as fuck. It's the particles. Like, that's not at all implying that there's an Earth 2 out there that's in the year 30,000 and we're moving towards the Omega Point. And that's when Jesus will officially come back. It's just probably the exhaust of the Big Bang, and it's probably antiparticles and things that we can't even imagine yet. Like, we still don't even know what dark matter is, and it probably somehow ties into things we don't really know. But it opens the door to more learning. That's a clickbait title for real. I'm gonna keep exploring these nooks and crannies because parts are the thing.
There's a group of arms dealers nearby. The prices are high, but the selection is huge. Maybe we should check it out.
I'm always game for this shit.
Oh yeah, Fernando likes to get it. It is a clickbait title, but it always is. That's how they work.
Motherfucker's gone, because they know who's here.
Yeah, there's always parts here.
That's how you get that, man.
Typically it is, but we're moving pretty fast and we're not getting bugged very much. Judy wants us to do that mission. Just keep moving up. I mean, we're already making a pretty good run through Drucker. It's weird. How do we come in here with like 5 bloater bombs? Right now, we're just waiting for missions to spawn, honestly. While it's clear, I'm actually going to go ahead and fuel up as well. See a screamer down in the distance. I don't know why it's so quiet. Probably because it's day 1. But day 1 in Nightmare, I've seen it be just as bad as what we were somewhat experiencing in the day 99 run. Multiple blood plague, hordes, and the whole thing. All right, near our base, we'll want to clear that out. You leave them up, they spread. That's the nature of the infestations. That's why they're a real problem. They cause sieges. Want to get close enough to scout these buildings because it'll tell us whether or not there's a heart there. Oh, this is actually the block off. You see, there's 4 entrances and exits to every map, they said, so I seriously think they're going to give us Trumbull County into the thing. But it just means they're going to have to change things up and put the plague walls and stuff that's in Heartland. I have yet to experience them, but I know they're in there from achievement gandering. But I just read into it, and they updated saying that it was taken from someone else's theory who thought, who they thought was with them on the Anita BS. Anita BS, what's that? So there's just a theory, they have no proof or backing with it. But in conclusion, they don't know where the particles came from. Like a lot of things in physics. Like a lot of things in physics. They're just making discoveries, but there's not necessarily a good way to conclude what those discoveries mean, or how they originate, or how they order into the big scheme of things. Businesses for the last, like, 15 years have really just been gathering data.
Shit. Lot of plague zombies around here. Man, this place fucking reeks. Fire in the hole! You like that, motherfucker? This thing's getting fucked up.
I said the next heart, by which I mean I'm going to get to the next town.
I'm fucking beat. That plague heart is fucking dead.
There's 3 already. So yeah, more on time travel in the future. Raphael moving through time at once per second. I'll see you in the future. The problem with time travel is, like Stephen Hawking said, there wouldn't be a universe. You would break the entire thing in half. Because time has a substance, and time is the universe. Time can be measured in the expansion of the universe from the origin to the Big Bang. So if you can travel backwards and forwards in time, you can literally unseat creation. So we wouldn't have a universe. I mean, he went back and forth on it. Obviously, he knew the math, but I know that was his final conclusion before he died, is you can't do time travel.
Oh, this is what I like to see.
High elves. By the 9 divine, stay on the road. It's the Daedra, you see.
Outpost secure, amigos.
Base just killing it right now. Man, I wish I would have brought a biobomb thing. Slow cooker, but the problem is we don't have a cook, so it's really not even worth it. In fact, I'm gonna cancel that. Oops, wrong thing. Oh, we actually do have a heavy-duty ammo press.
That's too much, man.
Alright, what we're going to want to do is actually call in weapon delivery so we can get the ammo crafting station.
I could use some supplies, amigos.
Bye. Don't get killed.
Bye, don't get killed. What? Oh, damn it. That was kind of the first mistake we've made this whole run. Well, you can't just displace space in one area and move it to a different time and space in another area. Right. That's right. That's what Stephen Hawking said. You and Stephen Hawking got a lot in common, you know that? You ever thought about going and trying to get a physics degree, Raphael? Let's take 556. Oh, it does. Got that late night zombie killing music rolling. I like space. Well, here's the fact about space. It's alien and inhospitable. Actually quite a bit nicer down here. I love space too, but... And there's a romanticism to space, but there is also massive, unparalleled challenge. That is probably going to take international human cooperation to really undertake something truly groundbreaking in that area, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. But we're going to return to the moon next year with Artemis, and it's going to be fucking cool. And we're finally going to get a colony up there, basically, of scientists. It'll be an orbiter, and then eventually we want to put it on the ground. But there's also 2 very big ways to get a... and I think we should have done that fucking 40 years ago. We should have stuck with the von Braun program. We should have gone to Mars. We should have used the Saturn rocket. We should have used nuclear energy. Should have went with Carl Sagan's idea to build a Gemini rocket and have a thing out there with an ion booster and just pulse through the cosmos, exploring on our way and achieving new discoveries upon the origins of our species and life and the fundamental workings of our universe. Continue. That's what humans do. They explore.
Well, great.
They're curious.
Lying around and
They
it
want
got broken.
answers.
Nice job.
The
But
ancient
it's your lucky day, because I actually turned some of this busted crap into useful crap.
Indonesians took boats to Australia in an undertaking as vast as the Apollo on tiny canoes, humans just explore. And yeah, it's our next step.
Coast looks clear.
But the big debate upon that is private or public. Do we do it strictly for science like Antarctica?
We'll get
Or
low
do we
on that.
privatize it to create incentive? And that's split is also now in our politics. Both parties want to privatize the travel for now, but the future of what it looks like. Return to Mars, stuck confirmed alien. We're gonna go to Mars in 2025. Yeah, maybe Elon will do it, but I really doubt it because it's a fucking massive challenge. We don't know how to deal with the radiation yet. It's unlikely we can land a rocket there. If we do 2025, there's no return mission. It's pretty unlikely, but we're gonna get to Mars. I mean, the moon. It's a building. It's a building thing. It's a massive challenge. People underestimate just how big the challenge is. It would actually be easier to get to Venus. 100%, we should do it. We should do it. It will inspire the human dream. No different than what Apollo did. We should do it. But it's a fucking massive. It's the biggest challenge humanity's ever taken on. That's not a joke. But it's doable. But we better be prepared to take the cost, and that's currently something I don't think we're ready for. So it's going to continue to be slow. Well, here's the thing. Once you get to Mars, there are no laws. It's not about the laws. It's about that Mars has basically no atmosphere, extreme radiation. It's a planet that's basically rusting. It has dust storms that can last up to an entire year. And if you want to do solar, you're not going to be able to go out there and repair those solar without preparing to probably lose some people. The solar panels. You're not going to be able to do wind because the turbines are going to break the fuck off. It's colder than a polar bear's wet dream. It only gets up to 60 degrees Fahrenheit once, maybe, on the equator. It lasts 5 minutes and goes immediately right back down to negative 100 Fahrenheit or so. Yeah, there's ice on the caps, but if you really want to do anything with it, you're either going to have to nuke it or make giant boreholes down to the core to release some of the heat. It has no magnetic sphere. It's a dead planet. It's a dead planet. But it also represents us reaching out. It is very, very likely got microorganisms on it. Either beneath the soil, still alive, closer to thermite vents or something like that, or probably fossilized. And that alone makes it worth going to Mars. Because if that happens, that means that the theory that life follows certain principles across this entire universe, that so long as you have carbon, so long as you have hydrogen, so long as you have water, so long as you have a certain fundamental building blocks, that what happened on Earth happens everywhere. And if that's the case, that means Drake's equation confirmed. We're not alone in the universe, and everything fucking changes. Everything changes. We don't know. We really don't know the answer to that question, whether we are alone. But Mars has water on the caps. It definitely at one time had rivers and running water until a lack of greenhouse effect meant it lost its atmosphere. So there should be, at the very least, fossilized microorganisms on Mars. They might be like nothing we've ever experienced before. They might be prions. They might be RNA based. We just don't fucking know. But we need to know the answer to that question, in my opinion. That's the biggest reason to go to Mars. If we can answer that, it changes everything. Return to Mars, stuck confirmed alien, build a dome. If you do go get set up on Mars, that's what I'm going to train for. I'll go straight to the military, do 4 years, and go to Mars. I'll study everything I need. Here's the thing. Once you get there, are no laws. No government can stop you, so companies are going to take advantage. It's the first missions to Mars will be public-private partnerships. It's going to be military. It's going to be military. The United States does all of its space travel with military people. Air Force, not even Space Force. Air Force is still the one still going up there. Space Force is doing defense stuff with satellites, and they're not really actually going to be involved in that stuff. NASA is going to still be our exploration and science branch. Space Force is doing like GPS and weapon systems and shit. Anyway, it's NASA. And it's Air Force. And so it's scientists and military. Yeah, we send civilian scientists up sometimes, once, twice we've done that. Yeah, but it's military. So you want to join the military, is what I'm saying, Omegaffrey. If they're prions, wouldn't that be problematic? 100% it'd be problematic. It'd probably kill us. That's the huge risk, is there could very potentially be something up there that infects us and kills us. That is 100% a possibility. It's not a very high possibility, but it's a possibility because it's like, you know, COVID-19. It's never been in the human race before, so it became a pandemic. There was no herd immunity to it. It's like the settlers in the New World. The Native Americans had zero resilience to European diseases. Yeah, definitely, Bright Shadow. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. There'll be private-public partnerships. So if you want to go to Mars Raphael, I would join the Air Force. I'd become a pilot. I would get a computer science degree, an engineering degree, and I would work your fucking ass off. Because they're only going to send the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, sir! I'll tell you another thing. The guys that they send up are fucking crazy. John Glenn, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. You can go through all the Apollo astronauts. They were all war heroes. They were all fucking war heroes. They flew more raids during World War II than anybody. They took on the riskiest, most dangerous mission. They were test pilots for experimental aircraft. They were risk takers. And you had to be. These were guys who literally were willing to fucking strap themselves basically to a giant fucking bottle rocket and go, whee! And it killed tons of Russians. It killed Americans. And they did it for science. They did it for the highest human dream. That's what it is. It's the pinnacle. We're gonna touch the face of God and reach the heavens. So yeah, I mean, I believe in you. That's what I'm saying. But you gotta be the fucking best. You gotta be the best. You gotta have balls made of steel. Especially early NASA days was made up of rocket scientists, bomb makers, daredevils, anarchists. Like, you look into the early history of NASA, they purposely hired rebels and people who took risks just because they knew how almost certifiably deadly that what they were engaging in was going to be. The lack of missions is really weird. Juggernaut just spawning in. Why the fuck do we need a Space Force? Because the Air Force is in charge of all the, say, GPS, satellite communications, internet. That's all been Air Force. So, in order for that stuff, because it's becoming so large, cybersecurity, satellite communications, GPS, is all becoming so massive in and of itself. The Space Force is actually not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. You create a branch of the military just for that, to focus on it. It's not about exploration. They're not going to build rockets. Not as in rocket ships, boosters, shuttles, science. That's not going to be their domain. Their domain is going to be cybersecurity, like the NSA, and aeronautical defense, as in U.S. military assets and infrastructure assets. Namely, defense. It's something Ronald Reagan dreamed of, too. The current president tries to model a lot of his decisions in the Reagan era. That's what he wants to be viewed as and wants to mirror. Well, Reagan was really, really worried about the U.S. being hit by an EMP. That was one of his biggest fears before the Alzheimer's completely got under his brain. He revealed a very silly thing called the Star Wars program that was totally bogus, but hey, it's a legit fear. It's a legit fear. You could have a rogue state launch an EMP and put the United States into the fucking Stone Age. So I think that's basically the core idea of Space Force is harden the electronics, be able to shoot EMPs out of the air, make sure that the cyber infrastructure and civilian infrastructure that the Air Force has modeled can. I lost all audio. Man, you should have just said Space ISIS. What the hell just happened? I'm guessing you guys can't hear anything either, or can you? No, you can't hear anything either. That's so weird. Can you hear me, though? I think the update reduced the mission popping up because people were complaining there were too many. That's weird. So you can hear me, but you can't hear anything else. Oh, the music just stopped. Well, that's fucking weird.
This may sound crazy, but in a world without plumbing, a good latrine is a magical thing. It fights disease, promotes sharing, and makes a great social space. You'll thank me.